It was different because when you grow up in a household where the culture is different, but you're also outside in another environment. Like when I was at school, the kids were different, right? Like I was raised, my parents were not strict, but they had a different mindset. So it was difficult in that way because I couldn't relate to how other kids behaved. It was hard. Like my dad's family, they all moved in. My grandmother, my aunt, my uncle, and another aunt and uncle, they all lived in a 2-bedroom house because they all came up at different times, but they all came and stayed in one place. So and my mom, she would have to work, come home and clean and cook for the whole family. And my dad was working all the time, so it was hard to have everybody there, and everybody had their own way of doing things. So like to have that many people in close quarters was a little difficult. My mom she didn't drive when she first came, and she was going for job interviews and had to, take buses and walk in snow and stuff like that to get to, job interviews and stuff like that. So it's a little difficult that way, and actually finding jobs when you first come is not easy, but they manage. I think we'll always have barriers because we are Black. So in some ways, like in school, I was treated a little bit differently in some classes. I didn't get as much respect as, say, a kid in a different culture would have received. They weren't good experiences, let's just say, that I don't think other people would have experienced. Especially coming, like when we were 15, we moved to a pretty much all-white high school, so that was difficult and hard to adjust when I first moved to that high school, so that made it a little difficult, I would say. We got to play outside a lot and do a lot of activities like swimming and tap and piano and like all sorts of different things, summer camp. So we were very active as kids, and we spent a lot of time doing the things that we loved as kids, and my mom made sure that we were always happy and content. Most definitely. I think it would be different. I think the education system is different in Jamaica. Infrastructure is completely different, so I don't think we would have had the luxuries that we had here growing up. I don't know if that's a bad thing, but I think it would have been completely different because like the houses wouldn't be as big, and we'd walk to school, and as opposed to taking a bus, we'd have to wear uniforms, things like that.